You just dropped $1,000 on a fancy new smart TV, and ads for stuff you watched last night keep following you around on your phone. Ever wonder why that thing cost way less than it should have? Today, I'll explain smart TV tracking like you're 5 years old. By the end, you'll understand exactly how your TV is watching you back. Here's the thing most people get wrong about smart TV tracking. Most people think they get how it works. They'll tell you, yeah, Netflix knows what I watch, and feel smart about it. But that's only half the story. There's a second tracking system running on your TV that almost nobody knows about, and it's way creepier. Your TV itself, the actual hardware you bought and paid for, is tracking everything that appears on your screen and selling that data to advertisers. Not just Netflix, not just YouTube, but everything. Your cable news, your Blu-ray movies, your PlayStation games. All of it getting logged, packaged, and sold to the highest bidder. Let's break down the two layers, starting with the obvious stuff. Streaming apps like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, and Disney Plus track what you watch because that's how their algorithms work. You watch 3 true crime documentaries, you get recommended 6 more. This tracking stays mostly inside the app, and it's expected. Nobody loves it, but nobody's shocked by it either. Layer 2 is where it gets invasive. Your TV has something called Automatic Content Recognition, or ACR for short. Think of it like Shazam, but for everything on your screen. It takes tiny snapshots of what's playing every few seconds, matches those images to a massive database, and reports back what you're watching. It doesn't matter if you're streaming, watching cable, playing a video game, or watching a DVD. Your TV is taking notes on all of it and selling them. Here's how ACR actually works. Imagine you're watching regular cable TV. Your TV captures a frame of what's on screen, converts it into a digital fingerprint, and pings a server to identify it. The server says, "Oh, that's The Bachelor finale," and logs it to your profile. Now advertisers know you watch trashy reality TV. That data gets bundled with data from millions of other TVs and sold to companies who want to target you. Suddenly, you're getting ads for dating apps on your phone, your laptop, everywhere. Your TV snitched on you and made money doing it. But wait, there's more. Your TV also has an advertising ID, just like your phone. It's a unique identifier that follows you around online and across devices. Even if you're not signed into any apps, even if you're just watching regular broadcast TV, your screen is building a profile on you. What you watch, when you watch it, how long you watch, what you skip, all of it goes into a file with your advertising ID attached. That file gets sold to data brokers, who match it with your other devices. And here's the betrayal that really stings. Companies like Samsung, LG, Vizio, and Roku make more money from your data than they do from selling you the TV. That's not an exaggeration. That's their actual business model. Vizio got caught doing this back in 2017 and had to pay a settlement, but they didn't stop. They just made the consent button easier to click through without reading. Smart TVs are cheap because you're not the customer anymore. You're the product being sold, and the TV is just the delivery mechanism. This is why your TV was only $800 when a screen that size used to cost $3 grand a decade ago. The hardware is sold at cost, or even at a loss, because the real money is in the data. Every hour you spend watching is an hour they're collecting information to sell. You thought you were buying a TV. You actually signed up for a surveillance system with a remote control. The data collection doesn't stop there. Some TVs have microphones for voice commands that are always listening. They're supposed to activate only when you say the wake word, but technical glitches happen. Security researchers have found instances where these microphones captured conversations they shouldn't have. Your TV might be eavesdropping on your dinner conversation about needing new running shoes, and suddenly you're seeing ads for Nike. Your viewing data also reveals more than you think. Researchers can predict your political beliefs based on whether you watch Fox News or MSNBC. They can guess your income level from the types of shows you stream. They can infer your health concerns from the documentaries you watch. You're not just a person who watches TV to these companies. You're a collection of valuable data points that paint a detailed picture of who you are, what you want, and how to sell to you. Now let's fix it and take back some privacy. First, turn off ACR. Go into your TV settings. It's buried under something vague like viewing data, smart interactivity, or privacy settings. Samsung calls it Viewing Information Services. LG calls it Live Plus. Vizio calls it Smart Interactivity. Find it and disable it. It takes 3 minutes and immediately stops the screenshot tracking. Second, turn off ad personalization. Same settings menu, usually right next to the ACR option. Look for anything mentioning advertising, recommendations, or personalized content. Turn all of it off. Third, go through your app permissions one by one. Does YouTube really need access to your location? Deny everything except what the app literally cannot function without. Fourth, use guest mode when your TV has user profiles. It limits how much data gets tied directly to you. Fifth, keep your firmware updated. Sometimes updates patch security holes that leak your data even worse than the intentional tracking. Set it to update automatically at 4 a.m. when you're asleep. Sixth, disable voice commands if you don't use them. That microphone doesn't need to be active if you're perfectly happy using a regular remote. Seventh, consider covering your TV's camera if it has one. A small piece of tape solves that problem instantly. The trade-off? Your recommendations get worse. Your interface might feel less magical. Some features like voice search and smart home integration won't work as smoothly. Basically, all the smart parts of your smart TV get a little dumber. But those features exist to make the tracking feel useful. They're not doing you a favor. They're making surveillance convenient, so you'll accept it. Some people go even further. They buy a smart TV and never connect it to the internet. Just use it as a dumb screen and plug in a separate streaming device you control. Or they buy computer monitors instead, which are just big screens with no tracking built in. Yeah, they cost more, but they also don't sell your data. But here's the reality. The cheap TV model only works if you're the product. Manufacturers aren't going to give you a 70-inch 4K display for $600 out of the goodness of their hearts. They're doing it because they'll make that money back by selling your viewing habits to advertisers for the next 5 years. The tracking industry is only getting more sophisticated. New TVs are incorporating eye tracking technology to see which parts of the screen you look at during commercials. They're experimenting with emotion recognition to gauge your reaction to ads. Every year brings new ways to extract value from your attention and your data. To recap, your TV has 2 tracking layers. Streaming apps track what you watch inside their ecosystem, and the TV itself uses ACR to track literally everything on your screen. Your TV has an advertising ID that ties your viewing habits to your other devices. Manufacturers make more money selling your data than selling you the TV, which is why smart TVs are so cheap now. You can disable most of it by turning off ACR, ad personalization, app permissions, and voice features. But you'll lose some convenience. So here's the real question. If you could go back to the store right now and swap your smart TV for a truly private version that costs $300 more but collects 0 data, would you make the trade? Or would you rather keep the discount and just accept that privacy is the price you pay for affordable technology? Because that's the actual choice we're all making, whether we realize it or not. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment on what topic you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching.